22 inversion. While confirmation of the sensitive gel electrophoresis by 4-point mutation, followed by the sequencing, categorization of the frameshift nonsense and the missense mutation. So if it will missense mutation, it will happen. We will come under the in silico analysis and structural analysis and screening for the 50 normal alleles. So this image is illustrate the patient data of the hemophilia A. So this is the wild type. This is the patient glutamate to histone. The amino acid changes. Amino acid coding region was absent. So it is leads to the missense mutation. These are the some of the other methods, hemophilia A and B diagnostic methods. When compared to the PCR testing, next generation sequencing is the 98% sensitivity when compared to the Sanger sequencing, and the multiplex ligation dependent probe amplification is also the gives the 95 to 98% sensitivity and the dia specificity. This is identify the large deletions. So to be conclude, the molecular diagnostic method of the hemophilia A and B significantly advanced, offering a variety of tools and defect mutation in the factor 8 and factor 9 genes. The PCR based testing is the little bit cost effective, and the point mutation are can't be defect. But NGS offer to the most comprehensive mutation analysis, including the large deletions and complex rearrangement, but it's a little bit costly. We have to validate mutation by the Sanger sequencing remains the reliable point mutation. These are the gold standard of the diagnostics of hemophilia A. So next is coming for the MLPA. It's the crucial for the detecting large duplication and the deletion for using Southern blotting is the increasingly replacing by the modern methods. Now comparing these methods to ensure the comprehensive and accurate diagnosis. Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions to ask?
Any other questions, sir?
In PCR based testing, what is the efficiency you will be getting for
Sorry, sir?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
In PCR based testing, well, the efficacy for hemophilia A and B will be same or not different?
It will be different, sir.
What is the rate of accuracy and the sensitivity specificity?
80 to 90%, sir.
Why there is such difference between these two?
Because we might miss.
Because we might miss, no, sir. Point mutation and the large deletion. Intronic deletions.
Any other questions?
Any other questions, sir? Yes, sir.
So what are the key genetic differences between hemophilia A and B?
Sorry?
Sorry, sir.
What are the key genetic differences between hemophilia A and B?
Limitations. It's difficult to identify deep intronic mutations.
It's difficult to identify the deep intronic mutations, hemophilia A.
Facility is not available.
I think someone
The facility is not available for the.
It is difficult to identify. So can you repeat the question?
someone is sitting next to you and answering and giving answers.
So can you repeat the question?
What are the key genetic differences between hemophilia A and B?
Key genetic differences you're asking, sir? Genetic difference in the sense both are like it is caused by factor 8, this is caused by factor 9, and both the inheritance it follows the X-linked recessive pattern. And if you look at the diagnosis in hemophilia A, it's like predominantly intron 1 and intron 22. And there, essentially, they screen the 9 exons in factor 9. If you see in hemophilia A, that is factor 8, more deep intronic mutations are common, whereas in factor 9, most of them are confined to the exonic regions. So, does this answer your question, sir?
Yeah, actually, then how do you differentiate hemophilia A and B using the?
So hemophilia A and B, it is initially the diagnosis begins with the clinical features, and then hematological diagnosis begins with the by measuring the factor VIII levels by the ELISA method. So thereby we'll be able to differentiate between factor VIII and 9, though the clinical features almost aligns with the same.
Can you go back to the slide 8?
Which slide, sir?
8, number 8.
Slide. This slide you're asking, sir?
Yeah. So is this just performed by you or?
So this essentially this slide so I think it's echoing. So this slide essentially represents, like, if we try to analyze if we try to analyze the patient by CSG analysis, you get some aberrant pattern in the gel, and then upon sequencing, so we might get a mutation or a polymorphism. So but in this case we were able to identify that, in this patient we were able to identify the mutation based on the evolutionary conservation studies and structural analysis.
Actually, this gel, formed by you, the gel which in the results.
Yeah, so gel, this is nothing but, this gel is of CSG, it is conformatory sensitive gel electrophoresis. So after we have run, say example 1 stands for control and 2 stands for patient. So if there is a large deletion, the pattern will be different. Now in this patient we have identified a point mutation. This was the pattern observed. So then upon sequencing, we were able to identify, this was observed as the codon change in this patient, changing from glutamine to histidine. Glutamine absorbed in wild type and histidine absorbed in the patient.
So how common is hemophilia A and B?
Sorry, sir? How common?
How common is the hemophilia A and B?
So hemophilia A prevalence, if you see, it is like, it accounts for 1:5,000, and hemophilia B, it's like 1:25,000.
So then is it a rare disease or?
No, we can't tell it is a rare disease, but here it is essentially because in India, because appropriate registry is not maintained and not much diagnostic measures are there, it is still underreported in the population, sir.
So then
So essentially to say, these patients all come only to the tertiary care centers.
So are there any treatment options available right now?
Standard of care is based on replacing them with the factor VIII levels like trioprecipitate or recombinant factor VIII, so that we are able to give them a supportive care. However, ongoing gene therapy trials are also working on to treat these patients on a long term.
So you mean like the gene therapy options are like?
Yeah, some trials are going on, but when it will come to from translating from that is from the bed to the bench, from bench to bedside, when it will come, we don't know, sir.
So what are the currently available treatment options?
Sorry, sir. What are the
Currently available options?
So currently available option is, first they categorize them as factor VIII or factor IX, and then depending on the levels they administer, like how much recombinant factor VIII or cryoprecipitate is needed, and then they try to support them with that. Mainly these patients, if they are left untreated, say example, if they are going hemoarthrosis or any other issues, then it will be difficult, like can be a permanent damage. So essentially, government is also giving them free of cost recombinant factor VIII and cryoprecipitate, so that we are able to ensure that they are leading a normal life.
Can you please ask Kirti to summarize this results?
Sorry, sir?
Can you please ask Kirti to summarize the presentation?
I didn't understand. You want to summarize the?
Just presentation. Can you just summarize the presentation? Like the summary diagnostic methods.
Yeah. So diagnostic methods, if you say, first it is based on. So first it is. What is So diagnostic, So diagnostic methods, if you say initially they do the clinical evaluation, like, they document the clinical, what are the symptoms they face, like, bleeding into the, like hemorrhage or epistaxis and other thing they document. After that, they do a hematological diagnosis, like to categorize them as factor 8 or factor 9 levels. And after that, they do a molecular screening. So once they have identified that is factor 8 or 9 is a responsible cause for the mutation, and then after that, they essentially extract the genomic DNA, and then they do a PCR. For example, for factor 8, you have certain algorithmic approach like intron 1 and intron 22 mutations preceded by a sequencing approach. Whereas for factor 9, you can go directly for a Sanger sequencing approach. And then depending on the mutation, you categorize them. If it is a missense mutation, you need to screen for 50 normal alleles. And if it is novel, to say that it is a novel mutation. And others, you can go back to the HLM database and validate the mutation which is identified. So, and then depending on that, if it's a female, it's a carrier diagnosis. Further, they want, if they're having some future plans, they can do a prenatal diagnosis at a later point of time. So, this is a scheme which goes on, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for the presentation, and the next presentation will be done by Gaurishwari.
You have to close it, right?
Gaurishwari, are you there? Ms. Nandini, you can start with your presentation. Ms. Nandini, are you there in the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
You can start the presentation.
Wait, we are trying to. Please wait. இல்லப்பா தெரியுது உனக்கு. ஸ்கிரீன் விசிபிளா இருக்கு இல்லையாப்பா? பிபிடி வரலையே. உங்ககிட்ட இருக்கு இது பிடிஎஃப் உங்களுக்கு ஷேர் பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா?
Shall we present it now?
Good afternoon, sir. Is my voice is audible? Good afternoon to one of our persons here. The topic is Scientific Index Assessment of Porso Millet Based Function Food. Introduction. Porso millet, Pinaceum millisium, is a cereal crop plant from the grass family. Millet are a good source of essential fatty acid and are accepted as a functional food and nutraceuticals because they provide fiber, protein, energy, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants required for human health. Objectives: to prepare various raw and roasted Porso millet flour, incorporate Porso millet pizza base. To access the sensory score of the development Porso millet pizza base, to access the glycemic index GI through kinetic of the development Porso millet pizza base. Methodology: procurement of the raw materials, processing of the Porso millet, formulation of the pizza base, organoleptic evaluation of the pizza base, assessment of glycemic index for the development pizza base, and statistical analysis. The analysis chart in presence of, like, we get a good scores among the variation roasted and raw variation one has we get a good score such as sensory evaluation and the low glycemic index from the raw and the roasted Porso millet. Result: the incorporation of the either raw or roasted millet flour in the pizza base had similar sensory value and both had the low glycemic index category when compared to others. The low GI, which helps to both the diabetic, helps to reduce the diabetic patient subject to manage their blood glucose level. Here's the reference, sir. Thank you, sir.
So what are the factors influencing the glycemic index of millet?
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir. Sir, what are all the?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. You're little loudly, sir.
So what are the factors influencing the glycemic index of millets?
Sir, there are certain factors which we have like fibers, multiple layers of fibers, and non-nutrients which will affect the glycemic index of this pizza base. But still, we have processed it to minimize these parameters and to get the better results.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We have an corporate presentation.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to Ananda Platform, sir. I am Shweta and she is Manita Ira from Nanda Art and Science Committee. We are going to present about advanced structural Advanced structural system refers to a technology or method that enhances the targeted delivery and control the release of drugs. It uses nanosystems like liposomes, gold nanoparticles, derivative and etc. Implantable bacterial system is going to explain. This refers to the devices which are surgically implanted inside the tissue or under the skin. A few types are biodegradable, non-biodegradable, and implantable and nanotechnology. Biodegradable implants are made up of materials which degrade in our body naturally. This no need any surgical removal after the implantation. This is polylactic fruits which will degrade. This is used in bone fractures. Non-biodegradable implants refers to the bacterial system. This do not degrade in our body. A minor surgery is needed to be taken out. For example, metallic stands like that. Using for implanting that's inside the tree, using an implant pump, they can use for cardiac attack like that, and the deep brain stimulator. So, nanotechnology. In the specific type of the body, you can use nanotechnology, but this that are used in brain for Parkinson's disease. This means of shaking of hands and speaking slowly. Application, we can use for specific delivery of fiber. As there is no side effects due to this specific delivery and transdermal delivery where the skin becomes. Advantages on this that gives efficiency, side effects, controlled stability as the drug is stable, complex drugs can be delivered. Advantages, highly costly, limited availability and storage challenges, immune system will be react out.
So what in biodegradable implants, I'm studying how many days it will take to observe it. What is regenerative medicine?
Cancers and regenerative.
Regenerative. So that's an example. You have chosen a very advanced topic. So in your opinion, what are the challenges related to this implantable performance or whatever you mentioned? Your opinion, just your opinion.
Sir, if the instrument is not designed correctly, the effect of it will be lost. And corrosion may occur in
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta. And now we are going to the poster presentation. So for that, I would like to welcome Gomati today.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, you are audible. You please continue with your presentation.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. My poster is visible for all. Yes.
Yeah, you are visible. Please continue with your presentation.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone here. I'm Gomati, Department of Nutrition and Dietetics, Periyar University, Salem. In future, my research focus on the role of millets in human health. Now I am presenting my review on the importance of millet-based functional foods. Millets is ancient grains or small seeded grasses that have been stable in various cultures for thousands of years. My objectives of this review: raise awareness of the nutritional benefits of millets, promote some millet as a gluten-free, diabetes-friendly option, increase the development of millet-based functional foods. Millet-based functional foods is a growing trend. As the demand for functional food rises, millet-based products are gaining popularity in health-conscious markets. Some millet flour used in baking or as an alternative to refined grains, and millet flour is increasingly being used to make a bread, cake, and other snacks. Millet can be used to create a health beverages such as millet-based smoothies, porridge, and energy drinks, which are often fortified with additional nutrients. Due to their high nutritional values and easily digestibility, millets are becoming a popular ingredient in baby food formulation. With the rise of convenience foods, millet-based ready-to-eat products like millet bar, snacks, and ready-to-eat mixes are becoming widely available. Next, nutritional composition of millets. Generally, millets rich in protein, essential amino acid, dietary fiber, and healthy fat content, important micronutrient like iron, magnesium, potassium, and B complex vitamins. Millets are often excellent source of fiber content, especially both soluble and insoluble fiber, which promote the digestive health and can help in managing conditions like constipations, irritable bowel syndromes, and even type 2 diabetes also. Compared to many other stable grains like rice and wheat, millets have a low glycemic index. That means they causes a slower and more controlled rise in blood sugars levels, making them beneficial for individuals with diabetes and the risk of developing the conditions also. Millets contain powerful antioxidants like for phenolic acid, flavonoids. That antioxidants are known to protect the cell from oxidative stress, reduce the inflammation, and may lower the risk of chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease, cancer, age-related conditions also. Millets are naturally gluten-free, so excellent dietary alteration for people with celiac disease and gluten intolerance also. The health benefits of millets support cardiovascular health. The fiber and antioxidant content of millet play a significant role in improving heart health. Regular consumption of millet-based foods may help reduce the blood cholesterol level, lower blood pressure, and improve the lipid profile, so thereby reducing the risk of heart diseases. The high fiber content of millet promote the satiety and can help with weight management by reducing the appetite and preventing the overeating also. Due to low glycemic index, make them the favorable food for people aiming maintaining stable energy level and prevent unhealthy weight gain. The prebiotic fiber in millets encourage the growth of beneficial gut bacteria, which is essential for maintaining unhealthy gut microbes. A balanced microbes in gut is linked to better digestion and enhance the immunity, even mental well-being also. Due to their low glycemic index, millets can be part of diabetes-friendly diet. So slow release of glucose into the bloodstream helps in maintaining stable blood sugar levels, making millet an ideal food for people with diabetes. Millets rich in magnesium, calcium, and phosphorus, which are essential for maintaining healthy bones. Regular consumption of millet-based foods may contribute better bone density and reduce the risk of osteoporosis. Some studies suggest that the antioxidant in millets can help neutralize the free radicals in our body, reducing the oxidative damage and lowering the risk of certain types of cancer also. Based on my reviews, the conclusion is millet-based functional foods hold significant promises for enhancing human health, promoting sustainable agriculture, and addressing global nutrition challenges. Their rich nutrition profile, including fiber, antioxidant, and essential micronutrients, coupled with their positive health benefits, make them a valuable addition to modern diets. Choose millets today for a healthier body and a greener tomorrow. Thank you. My sincere thanks to Katpagam Academy for Higher Education team. Thank you, one and all present here.
What is self-life of the millets, and which combination gives improves the self-life of millets?
Sorry, sir. I'm not audible. 1 second, please.
Self-life of millets. How to improve the self-life of millets? Adding big flour improves the self-life of millets.
Adding millet flour improving the self-life. Self-life of a brand content is only have a lipid maximum amount of lipid present in brand content. So the processing of millets increase the self-life of millet incorporated food products. Sir.
Thank you for the presentation, Gomati.
Thank you, ma'am.
Brave Anto, are you ready for the presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Hello. Am I audible, ma'am? Okay.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, ma'am. I will start the presentation.
Yeah.
Participants, here is an announcement. So we are running out of time. So please make short of your presentation.
Is my screen visible, ma'am?
The words are not visible. Try to enlarge the screen.
It will.
Otherwise, use landscape mode.
I can. Please say it loudly, ma'am.
Continue with the presentation.
Continue. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Mandol. Present here. Myself, Ravi Anto, PhD research scholar, Department of Biochemistry, Periyar University, Salem, and I am doing my research work under the guidance of Professor Dr. M. Suryavardhana, Department of Biochemistry, Periyar University. Here, I'm going to do my presentation on the topic structural characterization and biochemical profile of fruit extract of Cymopsis tetragonolava pods. First, I will give an introduction regarding my research work. The medicinal plants have the biochemical and nutritional properties. The medicinal plant that I have chosen for my research work is Cymopsis tetragonolava, which in Tamil it is known as Kottavaranga, and it has a large concentration of galactomanins, and that sometimes referred to as gargam or gargana, and that is composed of monosaccharides. And in my research, in this presentation, I have done. I'm going to explain about the biochemical profile and also the characterization. Characterization such as GCMS, UV, FTIR, and XRD. The objectives of my studies are first structural characterization from the Cymopsis tetragonolava pod extracts such as GCMS, UV, FTIR, and XRD. Then the biochemical constituents that present in the Cymopsis tetragonolava pods are determined by the estimations of total carbohydrates, proteins, and cholesterol. Next, while we are coming to the methodology, the Cymopsis tetragonolava pod that I have collected from the Trivandrum district, Kerala, and authenticated from Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. And later, I have dried the sample and then powdered. And the 20 gram of the powdered pod extract, pod sample that I have taken and then lodged to the soft extract, soft apparatus. Then reflects the this procedure for about 7 hours. And after that, the extracted sample that I have transferred to the sterile bottle. The solvents that I have chosen for this procedure are ethanol, methanol, chloroform, and petroleum ether. Then similar procedure is taken for the aqueous extract also, but that I have at that time I haven't used this Soxhlet apparatus. Instead of using this Soxhlet apparatus, I have used the distilled water. Coming to the results, first characterization, that is GCMS, UV, FTR, and XR. In the case of GCMS, I've got around 65 components, which is GCMS, which is used to check which are the components that present within the sample. Next, UV. While coming to the UV, from the graph itself, it's clear that the sharp and stable peak is visible at 288.55 nanometer and 318.30 nanometer. And while coming to the FTIR, here the 10 peaks are there. FTIR is used to check which are the functional group that present within the sample. And while coming to the XRD, here 9 peaks are there. And this is used to check the crystallographic structure of the sample that present. The components that present within the sample. And next, the biochemical analysis or biochemical profile of the Cymopsis tetrachondroba. I have the test that I have done to check for the carbohydrate, protein, and cholesterol. Here, while comparing all this, the carbohydrate, the amount of carbohydrate that present within the sample is the higher, while comparing with that of the protein and cholesterol. It is around 6.8 in aqueous and 6.2 in ethanol. But I used to choose this ethanol than the aqueous extract because the aqueous extract may have the contamination because of the moisture content or water content. But ethanol is a perfect solvent, so there won't be any contamination. So I have chosen this ethanol for studies, and that I'll be doing in my further PhD work. So here I'm concluding my work. The present study demonstrates the biochemical activity of the Cymopsis tetrachondroba product extract of the various solvents such as ethanol, methanol, chloroform ether, and also the while coming to the GCMS analysis, here 65 components are got that, for example, flavonoids, phenols, and tannins. And in the case of the UV, sharp and stable peak is visible from the graph itself. That is, then in the FTIR, the functional groups such as alkane, alkene, and is present. And in the case of XRD, 9 peaks are, it revealed the crystalline structure of my sample. And from this itself, while concluding this study, it reveals that my sample is the biochemical activity. Thank you. Thank you, one and all who listened to me. Thank you. Hello?
Thank you. Thank you, Reverendo.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
What is the rationale behind choosing this plan Cymopsis?
Sir?
What is the rationale behind choosing this plan?
Okay, why have chosen this plant? Is that the question, sir?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, sir. Because this is not my main study. I have focused on the antiviral study. So these are the just preliminary studies, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Gaurishwari, are you there?
Okay, ma'am. Present பண்றேன் ma'am.
Okay, let's start with the presentation.
Okay, ma'am.
Initially, we are running out of time. Just make a short point of your presentation. Initially, I initially, am I audible?
சார் பிபிடி ஷோ பண்ண முடியல சார் சர்வர் எரர்னு வருது
Okay, Rameshwari, we will be presenting a PPT for you.
ஓகே பிரசன்ட் ஓகே ஓகே
Am I audible? So I think you are not technical error. Okay, now in the please go on with your presentation.
You can start the presentation. Roshi, are you ready for your presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
You can start your presentation. Roshi, try to complete your presentation fast. We are running out of time.
Yes, ma'am. So good.
Yeah,
So
you
good.
can start your presentation now.
Good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about the topic in silico evaluation of thrombin inhibitors. So thrombin and the factor 10A are plays a critical role in the blood coagulation. One of the major function of this thrombin is to facilitate hemostasis, whereas excessive production of this thrombin can lead to diseases like thrombosis, which is the most common cause for the arterial and venous thrombosis, and also causes diseases like myocardial infarction, stroke, and pulmonary embolism. Currently, there are anticoagulants such as dabigatran, rivaroxaban, edoxaban, etc., which target this thrombin and factor 10A protein to manage this disorder. So here, the primary objective of our study was to identify a small molecule inhibitor targeting thrombin and factor 10 using computational techniques like molecular docking and MD simulation. Coming to the methodology. So our study employed in silico approach where we used Schrodinger Maestro software for molecular docking and MD stimulation. So here we used proteins 1 KTS, 4 PH, and 3 CN were used as a target for the study. Coming to ligand preparation, now their dabigatran were used as a reference ligand for the 1 KTS protein, whereas the rivaroxaban and edoxaban and apixaban were used as a reference ligand for the protein 3CN and 4BH.
Based on the Lipinski's rule of 5, around 86 similar structures were selected for 1 kts H protein, whereas for 3CN protein, around 56 proteins ligands were selected for molecular docking. So based on later the molecular docking was carried out where the best 3 ligands were selected based on the glide score. So based on the best 3 ligands were selected based on this glide score. Here the 1 kts protein and the ligand complex showed a glide score of -12.141, and whereas the other 2 ligand and the protein complexes showed the glide score of -10.386 and -10.876. These ligands were subjected for molecular dynamic simulation, where we found out that the protein 1 kts and 4 ligand complexes were fairly stable molecular dynamic simulation and also exhibited a strong hydrogen and hydrophobic bonds, whereas the 3CN and the ligand complexes were fairly stable throughout the simulation of 100 ns nanosecond. Coming to the ADME studies, ADME studies were performed to evaluate drug-like properties of the ligands. So here, in the poster, the second and the third slide were showed the more than 75% of oral absorption rate. They are likely to be absorbed well when taken orally. So the key properties such as QP log KSA and QP log KP, they were within a favorable range, indicating favorable distribution and permeability. Coming to conclusion, by the study, we got to know that the 1 kts and the ligand complexes were full throughout simulation, and the 4BH also showed the oral absorption of more than 92%, which can be used for further studies, for further in vitro studies. Thank you.
Thank you.
What is the significance of STD now?
To design a new molecule or a ligand to treat thrombosis. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Roshni. Thank you, Roshni, for your presentation. Guys, are you ready for your presentation now?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry for the delay on the question coordination. Once again, I can present. Wait, ma'am.
Guys, are you ready in the meeting?
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Let us start the presentation. Shall we start the presentation?
Okay, ma'am.
Guys, you are not audible.
What?
You are not audible.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. One and all present here. I am Raizul Shah, research scholar, Department of Nutrition and Dietetics, Periyar University, Salem. My topic is paneer with a Koda millet, a nutraceutical approach to better health. Introduction. Koda millet, Pariscums corbitellum, is a minor cereal crop belonging to the Poaceae family. It is native to the Indian subcontinent and widely cultivated in semi-arid region of Asia and Africa. Known for its resistance to harsh climatic conditions, Koda millet has gained recognition not only as a sustainable food crop but also a nutraceutical offering health benefit beyond the basic nutrition. Objectives: to analyze the physiochemical characteristics of value-added paneer, physiochemical characteristics such as moisture, protein, fat, ash, pH, yield, and fiber. To analyze the effect of textural characteristics of value-added paneer, to analyze the sensory characteristic of value-added paneer. In methodology, processing of Koda millet, preparation of value-added paneer, nutrition analysis, textural analysis, fiber analysis, sensory evaluation, and statistical analysis of value-added paneer. These all the charts of analysis. And here, in processing of Koda millet, the Koda millet flour were obtained and washed through, thoroughly remove the dirt, then pass through milling machine to make a powder, sieve in the 60 mm mesh to make a fine powder. Preparation of value-added paneer, that was prepared of powder in 1000 ml 120 degrees Celsius. Add different coagulants such as citric, malic, tartaric acid at various strengths and control lemon in 1000 ml of milk at varying strengths such as 2%, 3%, 4%, and 5%. And then cool to 70 degrees Celsius. The coagulation of pH is 2.9 to 5.3. Settle after coagulation for 5 minutes, then whey is drained out in muslin cloth, pressed and immersed in the chilled water, cut into square pieces. Here our value-added paneer is ready. For nutrition analysis, the nutrition analysis, we analyze the protein, fat, ash, pH, and moisture yield. Analysis. For textural analysis, we analyze the textural profile of paneer performed by using TVT 6700 analysis. In that, we measure peak force, height, springiness, stickiness, cohesiveness, stringiness, cheviness, and adhesiveness. For fiber analysis, we analyze the soluble, insoluble, and total fiber. In sensory evaluation, this fiber-rich paneer was subjected to sensory evaluation using 9-point hedonic scale such as appearance, color, flavor, body texture, and overall accessibility. In statistical analysis, one-way ANOVA is used. One-way ANOVA is used, and MS Excel 2010 is used. Coming to the TMP1 has lower fat content but score higher in overall accessibility compared to the value-added variations. The highest yield is 185 kg. Koda millet, malic acid paneer variation 3 yield highest. Protein 15.56 gram. Protein 15 fiber 0.5, citric acid and variation 4, and leading fat, moisture, and ash content. Content and for
Your audio is not that good, so I think you met with a network issue.
Sir, pardon, sir. Fat content and high
has stable network connection.
Ma'am, your voice is not. What is? Can you hear me? Ma'am, now I'm hearing you, ma'am.
Okay, Raisamisa,
We are cutting it short because of short span of time.
we are running out of time. Our panel is ask questions.
I'm concluding that my value added paneer have low fat and high fiber because milk product has no fiber. When I added my Kodo millet flour, I'm getting fiber in my paneer. So this is my research article, sir. Hello, sir. This is my. Any questions, sir?
Yes, okay, ma'am. So what is what's the content of the components you have made?
Sir, component. What, sir? I'm not hearing your voice, sir.
Extracted from the paneer, what is the percentage of proteins and percentage of fat you have able to extract?
Sir, it's around 16, sir. 16 grams. Hello?
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for the presentation, Rajan, sir. Intimately, I will ask you to speak.
Yes, ma'am. I am there, ma'am. I am going to present.
Indumati, we are running out of time, kindly.
Okay, okay, sir.
Can you keep your presentation short because we are running out of time?
Okay, ma'am. Good evening, sir. I'm Indumati. I'm doing my PhD under the guidance of Dr. Suryavardhana Muthukrishnan at Periyar University, Salem. My work is about the plant Androgramis niece, Androgramis lineata niece. So in Tamil, it is called as Periya Nangai. In this study, I worked on the antimicrobial and properties in HPLC studies. For these, I collected the plant source from Collie Hills. Actually, why I selected this plant is there is no much information regarding this plant. So only 1, 2 or 3 review only I got from regarding this plant. So that I stayed in Collie Hills for 3 days and collected the plant source. And when I then grinded it, powdered it, and I made for oxalate extraction and prepared 5 types of extracts. So in that, all the extracts regarding under phytochemical studies, alkaloids, flavonoids, and phenols are more. So then I subjected into for antimicrobial property. So antimicrobial property, the same ethanol and aqueous extract source more effective. I got antibacterial effect against E. coli, Escherichia coli, and Bacillus subtilis. So then I subjected into for HPLC and I done purification and also HPLC analysis. So then after purified compound, then now I'm doing it in an NMR spectroscopy and characterization I have done. So in that I got so far I got it as beta cytosterol. So my further studies is I want to do anti-fibroid effect. So further studies I want to do in cell lines and animal studies. So in conclusion, the plant is very effective and have good phytochemical properties and very effective for antibacterial properties. So in future, it will be highly used for liver antifibrotic effect of liver. So because in tribals, they are using this for liver disorders and also for snake venom preventions. So this is the plant study. Actually, this is the preliminary studies I have shown. That's all this is, sir. This is my overall work, sir.
Indumati,
Yes, sir.
why did you choose this plant for your study?
Actually, in the Siddha books, in one module they showed Periyanagai plant is for liver disorder, especially liver fibroids. So to check, I want to do research this plant. Actually, here it is having the plant of Periyanagai, sir. So only the Periyanagai will grow about 100 meters height in the acre. So I see this plant. Sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the presentation, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
With this, the online presentation for order as well as poster ends. Thank you all.
So here we concluding the first day of the national conference, and successfully, I hope you guys started your networking with your fellow participants as well. Tomorrow, the reporting time will be implemented for all the participants in the master group. So kindly be on time. So the day 2 will be some more special than the day 1. Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Thank you all the online participants who are for your patience and presenting your papers. So yeah, thank you. You all can leave now.